Hello students, welcome to thermodynamic lecture series. Let's start.
Hello friends, in this topic we are going to talk about the thermodynamics equilibrium and zeroth law of thermodynamics. Now what is thermodynamic equilibrium? See, for any given system, let's say if I consider this as my system, okay, then if the system as well as the surrounding, if they have same temperature, remind you, if they have same temperature, then we can call that my system and my surrounding is under a thermal equilibrium. Okay, means since there is a same temperature in system and surrounding, there is no heat transfer. Similarly, if I call that the system and surrounding is having same pressure, okay, means what, there is no flow that can takes place between the system and surrounding. In that case, I can call that, I am under a, or the system and surrounding is under a mechanical equilibrium. Similarly, if there is no reactivity between the system and surrounding, then we can call this as a chemical equilibrium. If all these three, if all these three coexist, then and then only I can call that my system is under the thermodynamic equilibrium with the surrounding. Now this is all about thermodynamic equilibrium. See, I have taken one more example just to illustrate the same thing. See, we are talking about equilibrium. Okay, so basically equilibrium we studied in the engineering mechanics, where we used to write down that summation of forces in x direction should be 0. Similarly, summation of forces in y direction should be 0. This is what we used to write down when we were studying the engineering mechanics. Now here also we have to consider, but the forces will be, first is the temperature force, then there is the pressure force, and then there is no reactivity force here. Okay, so if there is the absence of these three forces, or if these three forces are nullifying each other, then we can call that my system is under a thermodynamic equilibrium. See, this is what I have written over here: no temperature difference, no pressure difference, and then no reactivity. Okay, this is thermodynamic equilibrium. See, we will take one example to illustrate that. Before that, let us discuss something about what is zeroth law. Okay, now I am trying to figure it out. What is zeroth law here? The zeroth law says that if system A is under a thermodynamic equilibrium with system C, similarly, if system B is under a thermodynamic equilibrium with system C, then it has to be that the system A and B must be under a thermodynamic equilibrium. Now this is nothing but zeroth law. The funny part about zeroth law is, see, this is called zeroth law. So the reason behind this calling as a zeroth law is that it was discovered after first law. See, the first law was first of all discovered, okay, and then scientists figured out that this phenomena, okay, of the nature, this has never undone. Okay, it has never observed that any natural phenomena is violating this basic thing. Okay, that is why they gave name, or they gave law to this nature of this nature basically. Now since they gave law to this nature, okay, which was discovered after first law, that is why they have given the name as the zeroth law. That is one thing. Okay, so basically all of you must have understood it as A equal to B, and if A equal to C, then B must be equal to C. This is simple mathematical expression that we know, that if A equal to anyway, if A equal to B, if B equal to C, then A must be equal to C. Now this same mathematical expression is what we are using as a zeroth law, nothing else. Now let us look at the example. Now the best example is thermometer. Okay, the best example is basically thermometer over here. Now here, what are those objects A, B and C? Okay, now let us look at those objects. See, I have classified over here. Now you can think of the object A as my glass. Now just imagine, now try to zoom one single part over here. Okay, if I try to zoom this part, okay, what do we have? We got A is my glass here. Okay, then so this is my glass basically. Then the mercury which is there inside is my system B. Okay, so these are my systems. Remember, these are my systems. Okay, and then the final one is this thermometer is kept inside of water. Okay, so whatever is this here is my system C. Now what are we saying? That basically what is happening, if suppose the temperature of water is, let's say, 80 degrees Celsius. Okay, now what is going to happen? The heat will be given from the water to the glass. Okay, so from system, basically the heat will be given from system C to system A. Okay, so obviously after certain period of time, I can say that the temperature of system C is same as temperature of system A, means they are under the thermal equilibrium. So there is no question of mechanical and chemical equilibrium here, so we are only going to consider the thermal equilibrium. So the first thing is the system C is under a thermal equilibrium with system A. Similarly, what is going to happen, that the system A, that is my glass, is having no temperature difference with the mercury. Okay, there is no heat interaction between the glass and mercury, so that is why I can say that my system A is under the thermal equilibrium with system B. If this is the case, then I can definitely say that the system B must be under the thermodynamic equilibrium with system C. Now this is what is all about zeroth law. Okay, now if only the zeroth law stays valid, then and then only we can assume that this 80 degrees Celsius temperature can be reflected here at a mercury as 80 degrees Celsius here. Okay, if suppose this is not valid, if suppose this zeroth law is not valid, then I cannot say that the water temperature is same as my mercury temperature. Okay, now that is why they have considered this as a law and they have kept it before the first law. Now that is it in this topic. Thank you for watching this video.